Greetings, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to day 3, week 13, unified, achieving spontaneous right action, aligned with God qualities. All actions are right actions. And we had this beautiful chapter and many summaries, many examples shared by masters. But what are my understanding? It can only open when I hold a book, when I put my life in front, and I see myself losing that spontaneity in my action, in my thinking. And when we open that book, it is often how we have been conditioned to live, to think. Because we look like human beings, we are programmed to live in a society, to follow certain rules, and then we lose our very natural state. As a child, we never thought before jumping in a puddle, running behind the kites, running behind the butterflies. But now we feel silly. That natural spontaneity has gone. So that feeling of love is gone. Even when we did not had anything, no money in our childhood, but life was so joyful, so happy, full of happiness, so much love. And today we are in an environment where we do not know ourselves. We don't even know what my true desires are, and we feel like asking somebody that what I want to experience. My life is so unfulfilling. I have been living, but it feels like it's not mine. I have everything, but I feel incomplete. What that feeling is, it's a very deeper um, information, I would say, about ourselves to ourselves. We do not know. Yesterday, when I was going through the chapter, I had a lot of insight. And if this week, particularly, if you notice, what God qualities are we focusing on? So he's reminding us the power we have, the all knowing intelligence, and we being a creator, creator as God. And when we are created as God, and we learned that everything in this creation started with a thought. We call it God's thought. We cannot know it. So we saw the virtue of the creation. And then if we choose to be in that virtue, our creation will be like that, like God's creation. But in reality, if you ask everybody, you take 8 billion people and you ask them, do you see love, joy, happiness, abundance, peace, everything that we learned all around you in this nature, in this creation? You think everybody will say yes? That's where the whole mismatch, Gotala, everything is there. It is us who we have to develop um, that eye, that we could see things as it is, not focusing on the erupting volcano and happening earthquakes and tsunami. There's still beauty in some other corner of the world. The whole earth doesn't fall at once. It's only a part of that world is going through certain um, events. And what happens in that time? If you see, the whole humanity comes together. Whole humanity comes to pray, at least. Whole humanity comes to bring all that is needed in terms of the supply, or that blanket or food or whatnot, the shelter, however they can help, and the government becomes the medium there. So was it really only bad that happened in that moment? When do we see we coming together globally in such traumatic situation, painful situation, how much we feel compassionate, and we come with a new solution. We come with a new kind of setup. In the places you see where a lot of tornadoes come, they have certain setup, certain devices that tell them that, okay, this and this hour is very critical, don't go out of the house, right? So that kind of invention happens. So it was not always bad, right? It happened with, it started with something very traumatic, but the end result, if you see, is very much what God wants us to be together, us to be in compassion. When do we live in compassion otherwise? Right? Understanding others' problem, get an opportunity to help others. This becomes our action. So why I'm saying all this word right, achieving spontaneous right action, this word right, it's been bothering me since day one. And then, okay, I'm understanding, because as a child, we have to teach kids what is right, what is wrong, right? And when we understand things, we are given bigger responsibilities. We understand things, accepting. Now, while we are talking about accepting my weakness, my strength as it is. So it is about accepting a person who is how he is. And here in part 2, we are talking about all-knowing intelligence and creator. And we're also talking about love. So out of love, whatever we do, it becomes our right action. It might not be right, or it might not be approved by others, but it will definitely bring the natural state of you, the natural you, I would say. So take a few examples from your life and think that you approved yourself. You thought you were not right. But later on, you realized that if this would have happened, how would I have known myself, or how would I have experienced what it is brought to me, right? So this chapter tells me to be accepting, to be open, and to live in the flow. Many of us have heard about living in the flow. That flow is that spontaneity that comes when we are in love. I see God's love in nature when I see free will given to everything and everybody, from that energy, that vibration, whatever shape and form you take, it's your choice. I give you free will. And He gave us the environment of love and the impulses of love that settled into some kind of matter. And when that took form, it reminded us that diversity, that so many things, but that is remind me of one thing: the will. Then when I see a dog in the that vibration, that joy, that will of that dog, greetings, or just looking at some of the creation in the nature, it fills me with that amazement of wow. And I don't know what that wow is. I cannot express, but I appreciate that uh, little things. So, living in the flow with love, that brings me my expression of me being love, and that is the spontaneous action through me or the right action through me. It might sound complicated, but let it settle down. I think after meditation, we'll get there. And uh, I'll share a few examples. This chapter has a lot of lines and many um, insight about our day-to-day thinking. And it says about it reminds us, like, basically you lose your spontaneity when you make a long list of um, alternatives, or the fighting thought you have whenever you want to do something, and then you lose your energy resolving all that and you don't get what you really wanted to do. And here it's talking about aligning our thought to have certain experiences. So the way we think, the way the experiences would be. So it's saying, you think, mm, so it says, for small thoughts, you don't think too much and you do things and you feel comfortable. But for bigger thing, you think too much, like your everything is at stake. And then you lose your spontaneity, right? And here it says, when you use your little thought, you blindly leap. There's no way you can know enough facts in your head to work out the right action every time. Sometimes you might luck out, but never always. There are too many unknowns. Now, this word unknowns, that comes in my spontaneity, because when I plan my trip, suppose I'm taking vacation day off or a week off and I'm flying somewhere, and I do know that I'm going to a climate where it is very cold. So I pack my stuff, the clothes like that. Um, but is it possible to prepare myself everything in every way? Is it possible I pack the 7 days backup of my food if I don't get food? Or is it possible to, exactly note the timing where I want to venture out? That the places I want to go, can I fixate it? Right. So here, a lot of preparation or a lot of mind planning goes on, and there we lose the joy of that experience. Even these days, we're too much busy in taking pictures instead of staying there in that serenity, in that natural state, however the nature is. That being one with, we do take a moment to appreciate, but do we stay there for some time? That's why we took that time out. And we come tired, we come back still like any other job we did throughout our life. We experience some sort of, that tick mark I had in my plan that I want to visit so and so place, and I did that and I came back. And now after that, I may not have much of that experience of oneness or the joy, but I'm busy in, bragging things, how it was. It was so amazing how I went there, and telling people about the outer things, how things came to me, and I did it, and I feel good about it. But in totality, in reality, did we experience it? There's a question. So that unknown, when we allow to flow in, we see universe acting. We see our reflection that we are taken care, and things come to us easily. When you are hungry, you will find the right restaurant of your choice. You let that thing open out of your plan, and then you see you are served in the right, best way you want it. You don't have to worry. So planning your trip and not planning it as every bit of it in every detail, just allow, you will find right people coming, right spot coming, right kind of food, entertainment, everything is coming to you. That is when we experience the wow factor of the universe, the creation. And only what we need to do is not constrict ourselves to certain things. Just be open and allow yourself, um, when when the time comes, let it happen. I know that I'm not going to die if I don't eat for 2 hours, or if I miss my lunch, if I get my dinner. I will enjoy it more, right? So um, we only can do that when our inner says. We cannot, in a group of people, not everybody is like that in that tone. So everybody packs up things as their own, preparation, or their own planning. But then you decide to flow, and then you see things happening at that way, and the whole group experiences it. So allowing yourself interest, combining this all-knowing intelligence with love and this life and the creation and who you are, this all brings a beautiful experience. It says that when you are in God's thought, it brings you the experience of happiness, joy, love, peace, abundance, all-knowing intelligence, and unboundedness and everything. But I would say when we act spontaneously, we may have that experience not instantly. We may have that experience later on. Maybe suppose you think of a startup, a shop, or a land or a bungalow you want to purchase. Again, if I give that example, the moment you had that thought and you started seeing that there are some advertisement coming from nowhere, there is a space open, or there is a that kind of advertisement is coming that is taking your mind, like your awareness is going there, that okay, I'm seeing this kind of advertisement. Then you explore, and then you find that okay, right, kind of all that loan or paperwork or the kind of amenities you are looking for, or the kind of the home you are looking for, everything is there. So you put a thought, you really don't know that you want it or not, but you put a thought, and you see things happening around you, and that will, everything is in your budget, and as you wanted, it is happening, and you go for that, and then you enjoy that. So it takes a little while to have this experience complete, right? But it starts with a thought, not thinking too much about pros and cons, and why do I need that, and I'm okay in what I have, and that kind of thought. But you have this thought, and then everything comes to you. It is there waiting for you. So that experience of abundance, love, joy, it comes only after we experience it in the physical world with that little thought, and not running, not chasing behind it, not worried and not crying for it, not blaming others, or like constricting ourselves in any terms. It was just a random thought, and it was there for me. So these are few positive examples. Many of the time, if you see, negative example is also a right action. Suppose you pack your child's lunch, and he forgets to miss out to put it in the bag, and you, after some time, you see that okay, the lunchbox is still here, and then you feel guilty that okay, I think I could have checked whether he packed it or not, or I should have reminded him, or you feel bad about it. When you go for lunch, you feel that your son is hungry or your daughter is hungry. But at the same time, if you see the child comes home and he's hugging you, um, And you're thinking, what happened? Sorry, you forgot your lunch and all that. You're saying, I was not hungry. I had my best friend's lunch today. And you know what? I tried something very different today and it was very good. That moment brings you that joy, that happiness. And it was not an act intentionally done by you. Maybe from your perspective, it was not the right action, but it brought you to that experience. So it's my mind that is limiting me seeing the right action. That's what I want to talk about today, and it might not be straightforward. So if you see many examples, it is throwing yourself in unknown. It is a judgment that comes from we being in this life, and we think, okay, I could have done better, but we don't know how the better comes, right? So that day, maybe the child is hungry and he didn't find anything, suppose. Even his best friend did forget his lunch. He will come and that day he will appreciate the food more, right? We cannot teach that. At home, we'll feel it's our responsibility to give him best and, give him food and all that. And he's always in that state where he doesn't know what the food is and he knows that it's always there. But that experience brought a depth in him, right? So it's a right action. So see every day in your life what that right action is and how do you value uh, your action. Being is spontaneous. If you speak something and you think people are not understanding and should I speak or not, but you spoke without any your own hidden meaning, purpose. And that brought you certain realization. That wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have done that, right? So that we call it releasing a block. Many people who come on stage and they share their experience in front of 50 people, they're breaking their pattern immediately, not masking and no more. They think, okay, nothing happened. It was just about 5 minutes. I felt bad and then the life comes back to the natural state and something deeper. There's a reminder, okay, look this now every time I think about that and I would know what my correcting thought is. So that check mark is sitting inside. Okay, so there are a few examples I wanted to share with you all and the perspective of right that we carry. If we are still carrying, this chapter will be difficult for us to understand. I was hoping somebody will ask, what is this right? So at our stage, there is nothing right. If we see God's creation with everything, um, made in love, experiencing love, we are that beautiful, marvelous creation of God, and He made us in His image. He thought that we would experience His abundance. But we forgot that everything started from zero, from nothingness. If I can't experience zero, nothingness, how would I experience abundance? So it was a totally different perspective, and I think I have a lot in me which I cannot put in words together. But I'm sure you might have got the idea of bringing that spontaneity flow in life and um, limiting to the right terminology. It's only our mind, our perspective of seeing things. Go deeper and see your every action. And our life situation will take us there. I met a person in Mount Shasta when I went there last year. It's a very sacred space here in California. There I met a person and he spoke with me. He's a unknown person. I don't know him. He spoke with me for about 2 hours. We were together. And then he was telling me, I don't see anything wrong in this world. I just see everything is love. I see it, everything as light. And then he was giving me example that if I see a thief and a police, I feel the same love for both of them. I do not feel misery for that that thief and how great that police is. He did a great work. I don't differentiate in the two. How is it possible? And for that, it was an example he gave. For that, he talked for about an hour, where he was saying the same thing, what we are learning here, that we are love. Everybody in the creation is love. And that clicked me yesterday when I was sitting, holding this book and fixing my right corner. So this example came and he said, the experience wouldn't have complete if there was no two person like that. So it's me, then I have to see it in the right way. If I can appreciate the nature, I can appreciate any human relationship or any event that is happening and people are involved. So a lot of depth is there. Don't take the chapter easily. It's our day-to-day life, day-to-day living, thinking, being. And then one more example I shared in the English group yesterday, that a person who is a billionaire and is happy and healthy. Many of my friends are like that. Everything is there and then they will think of, okay, cancer ho gaya to. That fear doesn't go from the mind because there's so much data out. I mean, people are suffering so much. So where my awareness is, that brings us back to chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, 2, it tells us, you are not this. Don't take your awareness. Only you have to correct your thinking. If you take from chapter number 1, beautifully, he says that only you have to correct your thinking. Only. And here we are here together sharing each other's view and understanding and living in this energy. I'm sure if you are doing unified only, you will be benefited more, and doing other classes conflicting this understanding thought, you might lose the integrity of the course, the wholeness that you should receive from it. And also I put my question, I think I put who start the day with this chapter reading. For us, it's very, we are fortunate that our session starts morning and we get to hear that audiobook. And many few words, they get stuck inside. So if you can't start your day reading the chapter, take that audio and you help yourself by giving your ear to it. And I hope at least in the daytime, you come back and you read the chapter when you are in peace, you are with yourself totally, not rushing here and there. And certain stirring will happen, certain openings will come. We are breaking everything in small, small morsel and we are delivering it. But it's our experience. I want you, everybody of you can create the depth of understanding and experiences by just living and practicing what we are doing here. Okay, a lot of talk. Let us go into meditation. Today I thought I would talk after meditation, but I think it happened again. So when we talk before meditation, our awareness is here and then we go deep. We go in that corner of healing ourselves. So let us sit comfortably, leaving all our guilts, shoulds, and that limit us behind. Just relax in this moment with your breath. Inhale, open up, exhale as much as you can. This is the breath. We open ourselves more and more. Let the same body experience change. Every moment, as we breathe in, the body feels the expansion. As we exhale, the body feels the contraction. It's a beautiful tool to experience the change. Change that is happening outside is also happening inside to come in harmony. To be easy with change, we will give up all our allergies. Many of us struggle with allergies because we feel I'm not in the right environment. But trust the creator and the creation. Everything is perfect. You may feel little struggle here, so breathe in deep to open up more, to accept the creation as it is, in its own perfection, in its own beauty, in God's love. That allergies that make us itch is the area to work upon. Give that rub with gentle love and dig through the thought you had. One more last long deep breath in from nose to head. Feeling the entire stomach, back, the upper body expand, and the foot as one piece, one ball, and fully expand and exhale. Exhale through your mouth and come to you. The whole world will remain like that. And we don't owe anything to anyone. We don't have to force ourselves to be in certain way. Now relax, let this breath be spontaneous. Bringing abundance every breath. Fill it with love with every breath. This body, every cell in the body is longing for love. The affection we want to touch. We want to feel the touch of love. I want to hear your gentle thought. This body is a magnificent cover. What are we covering? Your thoughts. Who knows it? This body only experience the outcome of your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Who is it thinking? Go deeper. Allow yourself to fall again, to unlearn. Set yourself free. And experience that free fall. Release any fear. If you feel like, it's few long deep breath in and out. The fear of falling is holding you. Just check. And if you're feeling, you can just dive deep in the ocean to experience a new world of yours. Just say yourself, check yourself. Don't you want to live free? Nobody objecting, commenting. Somebody is you. Stopping yourself in certain frame of thoughts. Just like the snake leaves its skin. You leave this subtle thin layer of cloak you are wearing. It's of your own creation. Because now others' thoughts are my thoughts too. You may want to take a few deep breaths here, as if you are rebirthing yourself. And out of that shell, you see a gentle light is emanating. Now, this light, again, you do not determine with your own understanding of light. It's the feeling of being light. So we are this light. this gentle, soft expression of love, very unique. The hue that we have, the color, the tone, the gentle vibration of we being accepting who we are. Is love. Feel it in your heart space. How does it feel like? Who I call me, myself. How does he or she feels like? Do you feel you are just limited to this body? You feel you have expanded to infinity. This body is nothing but the cloth made of 5 elements, covering this beautiful light and love within. As if you go and cover the sun. You close it and you make a wall around. These beautiful clouds, when they float, we don't get to see the sun. It doesn't mean it's not there. That's how these thoughts are, these clouds. They come and go. Sometimes they rain as our tears, and we feel light. We release. But the sun is still there, shining. How do you feel like that sun? And you let the thoughts, the clouds, go past. The more you shine your light, your brightness is piercing this soft cover of 5 elements. And it's reaching all around you, your body, and far behind, far away. You see the light coming from the sun, but you don't see the light from your body, merging the sun, inviting the sun in the sky. As we know, we trust, we reaffirm who we truly are and not identify ourselves with just this five body. If it goes in cold, it experiences cold. If it goes in hot, it experiences hot. The experiences are hot and cold, but that's not me. Even if the body tears out or we give up, I exist in this form of being me, my belief system, my true existence. How much I revive, I come to this practice again and again. How much I dissolve my beliefs, I become more of me, how God created me without any belief. I don't even remember my own assembly in the human body. That is why we are here creating things to have that feeling of creation. We cook, we create home, we create family, we create society. We also create nation with borders. At some point, we limit ourselves. At some point, we expand from home to nation. Yourself to believe. Are you living this true self? Happiness is here in our own expression, in our own love. That's true me. Experiencing this best version of myself here. Holding the integrity of this truth that everything in this creation is unique. I am that unique expression of myself. Feeling my purity, the way God created me in His image. Just created love. And He expressed love. And He gave us freedom to express that love in any form, in thought form or in matter. And we experience ourselves in this world, being a creator, now integrating all my qualities, creating a newer version of myself. We are preparing ourselves to open the eyes, the new world we came to experience here. So feel your love and light all around you, inside you, in every cell. of this body, all your vibes, the impulses of thought. Give them love, whatever it is. Give your love to your belief system, the beliefs. And gently show them this light. Oneself holding the beliefs, oneself smiling with love and light. And now merge that belief that I am that. I am love, I am light. And I set myself in my expression, trusting that love and light. We are always guided beautifully with God's love to us. Whether we know or not, it protects us. Let's go and clear our aura. Although it is filled with light, there are many who is sticking, enjoying our vibration. This is not their perfect home. You may know them with your thoughts. It might be your loved ones. It might be somebody you knew or some experiences. Just know that you are aware. And lovingly say these words to yourself so that they also hear. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send you love and light. You are each whole and healed. You are each created in love and light. You are still love and light. No need to be afraid. Do not feel the pain. I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. And I request my higher self to take you there now. Each one of you, go in peace. Enjoy your journey. Do not limit yourself here. Set them free. And you feel yourself setting free. In that ball, there are no more threads attached. Just floating freely, sending this love and light to everything around you. To all the objects, all the thought forms. Just be light more and more. Shine more and more. Don't let it dim. Make it brighter and brighter by aligning with God qualities. Whenever you feel the light is going low, recharge yourself by reminding who you are. My body might go in experiencing rape, but that doesn't take away my light, my purity. Maybe I'm killed or murdered, but I still shine. I create another opportunity to be understanding, more compassion, trusting the law of nature. Open yourself more. Opening means opening all your fears. What if I die? What if I die on a road accident or with severe illness? Just face it. What is it like? Nothing. It's simply you being there, standing there, never separated from anybody. You become an angel and guide others. You see that child growing independently, becoming responsible. As God is seeing us living here in this human body separated, He's not in that human body, but He is present in everyone. So we are. Bring your deepest fear here. All sorts of doubts. This world is fearful, is not safe. This country is not safe. People are mean. We are just looking at the surface. Their behavior, their body. They themselves don't know who they are. Oh, dear, beautiful people. Did it ring anything to you? You think you are those beautiful people? Expand more, little more. Open up your rejections. Breathe in more and expand. Open your chest. Relax and release. Release through your out breath. Release all that you want to vent out. These are your fears. Be here aware. What you are seeing is the deepest corner of you. You might see the beauty all around, but if you are holding to anything, you're just seeing that. You want to release all of that. Feel your higher self signal guiding you, opening every chapter of your life. As we have already manifested ourselves to be living with spontaneous right action. The well of our interfering thoughts is so huge, so deep. It keeps coming up. The air is breathing for you. Birds are singing for you. For your divinity is making a shout. It's saying that just open up. You dig deep, deeper and the deepest. You find the nectar, the amrut. What you are releasing is also transmuted with love and light. There is nobody else doing that. It's in our own light, the divine light. We are releasing all the reasons, enjoying our pain, holding to them, thinking limited, considering ourselves less, not smart enough, good enough. Maybe things didn't happen the right way I wanted it to be, or it was not fair. But it was me who invited that experience. To know my true self. I was rigid with myself, too much harsh with myself. I was forcing myself to do things that I never wanted to do. It was never about being good. It was always being aligned. We may never be completely fearless, but can start to show our courage. Courage to accept myself and others. They are my reflection only. Without being harsh. You want to remind again yourself that I am made in the image of God. with whole conviction. Just say, I don't have any other identity. I am this. Love I am experiencing. How can I be any different? Babaji is saying, I am made in the image of God. He is approving the biggest block I might have for myself. He's just saying, no, no, no. You are right. You are made in the image of God. Trust yourself. I feel God's love in my heart. I feel I am love. I see God's light in me. I am light. I see God happiness in me. And I see me enjoying His creation. The way He created. I am His happiness, joy and bliss. Didn't hide anything with me. He wanted to give me all He has. So He gave me that intelligence, which is omniscient, all-knowing. And that all-knowing intelligence. Feel how you feel now. Any stomach grumbling or heart constricting or expanding. You are embracing it or resisting it, fighting with it. It's our own journey. We are at different understanding of life. But the more we open, what do we see? I see myself present in everyone, everywhere, without any judgment, in love, in harmony. Affirm within all that you feel, that gentleness, that capacity of expressing infinite energy. Anything is possible when I let it happen. I remove my limited mind. I become infinite. Unlimited in my expression. In every cell of this body is listening, enjoying. And you see your every cell is open now, fully expanded, in perfect shape and alignment. And you can feel everything, every cell of the body vibrating with love, with life, longing for this life. I want to live, I want to experience this, and not running away, being fearful, or avoiding certain experiences. Embrace it with love, whatever way it comes. Just say, I heal myself and I release all my thoughts. You may take your particular thoughts to release them and affirm a new one, replacing that, filling that space. Our thoughts carry this certain space. So fill it with light, fill it with God's love. Release the thought that I'm not able to express myself, nobody understands me, I have to do things in certain way the people wants me to do. These are like a child saying all this. And that is where the all-knowing intelligence comes. Replacing all such thoughts. Establishing a newer self. Trusting that all that I need to know is here. I may not know everything at once, but little by little, I understand. Knowing in head is of no use. It brings ego. Living what I know is my experience. And my experience of trusting this creation and the creator and who am I? What am I doing here is good enough for me. I fill myself with God's love and His purity in my existence. I do not feel shame or guilty. Rather, I shine my light. I am light. Light of compassion, of love, of accepting all without judgment. Now I release all my thoughts, known or unknown, conscious or subconscious, that prevents me from expressing myself spontaneously, right. Now my thoughts are one with, in tune with God's thought. And my heart is in state of love, blowing love out as if it is breathing love in, leaving my past as it is in the shell of love. Keep it to revive, rejuvenate, heal with love. It was my ignorance I created such experiences. I created such thoughts, and I had those experiences. And now it is in the state of feeling. And I become more of love, more of me, who God created and who am I. Now I know. And I live that. You may play with your breath whenever you feel difficult. Just breathe in deep. Stay aware. You may practice this with open eyes, with your notebook and pen. Keep flowing. The more we embrace deeply, we will behave naturally like that. We might have often heard so many times, our thoughts becomes our words. Our words becomes our action. Then we create a pattern. It becomes our behavior. It becomes our beliefs. It becomes my identity. I ran away from it. I ran away from the identity I got from my limited thought. And I change it. I change it completely. I change all my thoughts to be God's thought. I remind myself every time I get these thoughts that is of not God's thought. Then my thought becomes my words, God's words. It becomes my song, God's song. And then my words becomes my action. Right, spontaneous action. Spontaneously right action. Without thinking. My heart is singing in love. What else I can do? And then it becomes my pattern, doing right every time, spontaneously. Wow. And that pattern becomes my belief for my future journey. I'm freeing myself from that limited self to this unlimited, infinite love and light. And I keep growing into my character, my behavior. When I meet people, when I greet people, I see God looking at them and God looking back to me. They're seeing my qualities and I'm seeing their qualities. If they are criticizing me, I'm criticizing them. There's no difference. I am seeing God's light, God's love in that. Wow, what an expression. He made you a creator and you created this. Marvelous. I appreciate your journey. your experiences. And I appreciate myself in the same way. This is the power of love, reforming, restructuring our thought pattern. What's going on? Just check within. Do not lose yourself. I thank God for solving this problem of mine. I was carrying for eons. I thank Babaji. I thank my higher self for being there patiently with me. The more I appreciate my journey, I could appreciate others' journey as well. And now I'm ready to submit this newer version of mine. This creation, to this very law of nature, of the creator and the creation. Tathastu. Amen. So be it. As if the burden lifted up. As if all that sobs and crying is now the tears of joy. All of a sudden, I experience the soothing breeze, trusting the creation more, trusting myself more. Furthermore, you may want to do your next part of practice by yourself today. Just experience this state fully. You may take this moment of silence. You may want to lie down at this time and integrate all this within you. Experience this healing journey of many lifetimes. The way we started. It might take some time. Fill yourself with more love, more water, with embrace of nature today. And see the beauty in all your words, action. Give yourself more love, touching your shoulders many times, hugging yourself many times. You found something you were longing for. It was hiding deepest corner of you. And now you stand, you walk, you live. You vibrate in God's image. And stay here. Every time that little thought comes to frighten you, to take away your purity, your peace, your love, the state of being in harmony, just tell them, I'm not interested anymore. Thank you. There are shopkeepers, right? Vendors on the market shouting, Lelo, Lelo, Aaj buy one, get one free. I'm no more interested. I'm home. Feel like crying? Yes, enjoy these tears. They are very, very precious. You have made your journey this far. Thank you, dear masters. You may send your love to your loved ones, people all around you. Helping you, supporting you in many different ways. Somebody is giving you loving expression of yours. Somebody is giving you painful experiences because you were having that pain. Send them love in equal amount. Feel them, feel happy for them, and thank them. Let us thank our higher self and Babaji for guiding us today. Spontaneously, we did not follow the structure, but we did the same thing as we allowed ourselves. We experienced the same thing. Surrendering, totally trusting the creation, doing best for me. And that is what I respond to in my best, at my best, spontaneously, without effort. No effort, no manipulation anymore. This life is not monotonous. Once we settle down in God's thought, the new openings come. Everything is waiting for us to be there. So every time you see one God quality, appreciate, cheer for yourself. Let us come back. If you feel like opening your eyes, you may take your time. Breathe in deep, exhale. It was a healing experience today. So give yourself more love, more relaxation. And whatever went out, fill it with lots of love and care for yourself. No more crying, people do not understand me. Just hold on to this light that you're experiencing now is yours. This will be always yours. I don't let it go. I love. Who am I? What am I? And slowly, gently bring both your palms and put it over your closed eyes. For 3, 2, 1, 0. Take your time to come back. If you feel like lying down, take your time. Spend your time with yourself, hugging that bed, giving you support. And feel how many ways you are loved, you are surrounded with love and light. It's only we opening ourselves to appreciate. Thank you, Masters. Over to you, Shalishi. Thank you. It's been long.
Thank you. Thank you, Preeti. Greetings, Masters. So, after this intense session today, if you are able to come out, you can ask your questions. You can also continue your meditation if you feel like.
Yes.
Yes, yes, Jayaji.
uh, I, like during the day when there are situations, again and again, when we remind ourselves, you come back to that abundance, the feeling of uh, vast endlessness. Uh, I remember as a child, I would play around, run around. That feeling is coming back. The feeling of living like a child, enjoying every moment. Um, Before, when I used to drive, at times there would be lots of traffic. And now, as soon as there's traffic, I look around. I'm like, oh, the leaves are shaking for me. They're swaying their leaves for me. Uh, and like today, it was like you're not the bulb, but you're the light factory. You're the light. So when from one you become endless, it's a beautiful feeling. Uh, in between, somebody had asked that, so we are the ansh, we are a drop of the ocean. And you very sweetly said, no, you are the ocean. You're not a drop of the ocean. You're the image of God. You're not a piece of God, like a part of God. And when I sit to think, I'm like, wow, yes, that's how we were. That's why we were born. That's why we were made humans to feel that being in the image. So
Yes.
today was very beautiful. I was aware for almost the entire thing, which was another amazing thing. I was getting sick very often. My immunity was very low after COVID. And after sitting, every time I sit for meditation, I feel like a part of me has healed, like a part of me has jumped out of my past, or I didn't know what was holding me back, and now I feel free. Uh, And I, like, when I see people with negativity or with pain, before I would bring back that negativity. And now I'm like, I spread love and light. I give you love and light. And I let it go. And I've learned to close the aura. So I carry my positivity with me and I bring back less negativity, which I would have done so very often before. So I feel there's a lot of change. And every time I feel limited or there is a sense of lack of security or a fear, I remind myself, remember your abundance. Remember your love. Remember your, and that instant change in the reaction is very nice. It's
Excellent.
wonderful feeling. And the thing is, I've heard all these things when I was small, but I forgot along the way. And thank you for bringing it back. I feel like I'm a child again. I feel alive. I feel healing. I feel amazing. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. This is, you are practicing what you are learning. And of course, we are still living in society, we are still living in the mind through the body. So we can't expect perfection, but
Yeah.
at the same time, as long as we are aware, that is what really matters. When we are aware and we are able to then utilize the practices for our own well being, then it's perfect. So good to see you this way. I can see the change in your energy from the time when I first met you in Hong Kong. From that time
Yes.
to now, there is a lot of change, and just continue, enjoy. That's what this life is about.
Yeah.
We can just make the same very life so beautiful. Our experience is what changes, right? So wonderful.
Um, when I was small, we had heard a story that Sri Ramakrishna was sitting under a tree, and this man came and yelled, "There's no God. I don't believe in God." And Ramakrishna ji got up and gave him a hug. He was like, "Wow, God has come in such a beautiful form." And then he sat down again. And this guy continued, "I don't believe what you're saying doesn't make sense." And again he got up. He was like, "Wow, so much energy, so much light, and so much redness in your skin. I love it." And again he sat down. So when the third time Sri Ramakrishna gave him a hug and told him, "This is so beautiful," this person melted. So now when I see someone in anger, I'm like, "God, such a beautiful energy you have. Wow." Before there was judgment. Before judgment in the sense wrong, like I would have negativity. Now also it's a judgment, I think, but I'm able to see God in that person.
Yes. And that is a shift, right? This is a shift.
Yeah.
And it's basically what we are doing is we are restructuring our thinking process. Ultimately, it all boils down to thoughts. And thoughts basically give us our experience. So when there is a shift in the thoughts, you can watch your thoughts, you are able to see well what's going on. And now your natural responses, spontaneous right action. Again, it boils down to the same thing. Your spontaneity is now aligned with God's qualities. That's why it continuously reminds you, because you are aligned with God's qualities. So it continues to remind. Okay, really
Yeah.
good, very good.
Perfect.
And
Thank you. Yeah.
so today Preeti talked about right action, right? The word right here in the title of this topic. I just want to add to that a little bit. The right, spontaneous right action. The word right here is, this is my understanding, of course. Is that, to me, this word right here doesn't mean the right and wrong that we understand. It's not about that. It's not about evaluating something to be right or wrong. This is right. This means the word right here, the it's more towards appropriateness, right? So when my action is absolutely appropriate for my needs at this moment, then it is right. Right? So it may, from the point of view of everyone else looking at that action, it may not be right. Understand this thing, right? So the definition of that right and wrong, acceptable to the social environment, may be different. But for me at this moment, doing this is the right thing, right? Right for me. So it's towards appropriateness, right? And when we start doing things which are right for me spontaneously, then we are fully aligned. It may hurt somebody. It's possible. What I'm doing can hurt somebody. It emotionally also, right? What I am doing could mean something too bad for somebody. But that's not how I'm defining right action here. Right means appropriate for me at this point in time, in this situation. My action is relevant to time. Remember what I'm doing now at this moment. And at this moment, whatever is appropriate for me to do is the right action. And if it is happening spontaneously, understand I always like to draw your awareness to the element of time associated with everything. And the very reason is that time is equal to mind. So when we say spontaneous, you are not, there is no element of time. It's right then, right there, right, instantly. So that spontaneity means that action has not come from the mind. That action has come from your real self, your real being, beyond the mind. Okay, so understanding this will help you. Also understanding that when you do the right action spontaneously, that means you are spending your time in the present moment. You are in the present moment, then only you can do spontaneous right action. If you are trapped in time, past or future, you cannot be spontaneous. Then you will evaluate and do all that analysis and then come to a conclusion with your limited understanding, and that limited understanding will give you the so-called right action, which may result in misery, which may result in so many other aspects, right? So this is what we have to understand. Spontaneous right action means it is coming from you when you are in a state of alignment. Alignment is present moment, right? That's how I would want to also bring your awareness to the understanding of the topic that we are working on this week. So the more we align with our true self, our truth, the more we will become spontaneous. And when you are spontaneous, your actions will be right. There is no other way, because they are coming from your highest wisdom for you at that moment, right? So remember, all that action that is coming from a thought which is being introduced by your own highest wisdom, your higher self. So that's the connection. That's how I have understood this topic to be. This is the relevance of practicing during this week. Relevance now. Being aligned has been practiced over the past 13 weeks. We've been practicing it. Being aligned, being in the heart space, being with God's qualities, knowing what it is, and then being with it, right? So As the more you practice, the more you will feel the alignment, and in that state, your actions will be nothing else but right. Right, by my definition, appropriate for that moment for you. Okay, so if the action, appropriate action that guides you to uproot a tree, just go ahead and do it. Remember that, because for people, oh my God, what are you doing? You are damaging the environment. All kinds of things people are going to say and think, but your appropriate right action is that only. Right? Just go uproot that tree or whatever, that plant, you just dig it out. At some point in time later on, you will be able to relate, why was that instruction, why did I do it from that spontaneous thought and action, and now I understand what was right about it for me. Okay, so that's how I would interpret this chapter. Thank you for sharing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I'm happy that you are at least um, making use of your learnings and bringing a shift in your own existence. That's the beautiful part. This is growth. So wonderful.
I feel before I was living, now I'm alive.
Ah, very
Yeah.
well expressed. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely.
And then another thing you had mentioned was we are here to reprogram the program we have come with. And I thought that is so beautiful because if it is in my hands, that because I'm the creator, I can create what I want.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I will make a small modification to this thing, your understanding. We can reprogram ourselves, but the program that we have come here with, right, the original program, that is what who we are. My true sense self is that the original program that I came with, the shellish that was created, the way creation expressed itself as shellish originally is the original program, and there is no need for me to change it, because I need to really work with that program, make that program materialize. Right now, what happened in the course of my life is that I added more modules to that program constantly. Through my belief system, I modified the program already. Now what I have to do is remove those additional programs that I had added and come back to my natural self, that little girl who wants to play. That is the original program, right? Which now you are learning. You are now deprogramming yourself actually to come back to your natural program, the one who is very uniquely expressed as Jaya. Very uniquely, right? The creation is expressing itself in everything around you. Everything is the same, the creation. But this expression called Jaya is unique. There is nothing else like that. And now you are giving life to that Jaya. It was covered with so many layers, so much mud around it. Now you are removing that mud, you are cleaning up that dust, and now the real Jaya is emerging. And that's who we all want to be. We have to blossom to our highest capacity as the original program though. Okay? So this is the process. This is the unfolding, right? So you are evolving. This is evolution of yourself. So beautiful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's listen to Kumarji.
Namaskar, Atmabandha, all masters. Thank you, Pritiji. Amazing meditation. I just want to share something a little bit about the Jayaji just mentioned. Thank you so much, Jayaji, sharing. Shaileshi, notice your progress and becoming unlearning, becoming in the original form. This is unlearning. Um, I just reminded Ramana Maharshi mentioned that he's sharing. You just go back to original form, unlearn. And I just resonated when Shaileshi mentioned about Jayaji. One thing I notice when the Jayaji is sharing, her voice is aligned with the heart. You see, first time I noticed the Jayaji sharing, there is a see in the present, and then see, sharing my heart, and then, and I can see the similarity in Shaileshi, Preetiji, when they're sharing there's the voice modulation is different. You can see, I can see it. I can feel this is the real present moment. This is amazing progress. So everyone's learning from each other. And thank you so much, Jayaji, sharing this experience. We all progressing in learning from each other. I would like to share beside this one. I noticed. Remember, Celici, 2 weeks ago I was sharing, and I have to look what's the cause. When I'm sharing my idea, and I felt like I'm not sharing, I'm angry, out of the, communicating this. I found out that one. And so what happened when I was a little, my voice was, it's called haklana. It's what do you call it? You are breaking the voice, right?
Stammering.
Yeah. And so when I was little, even when I was 2 years, I remember 2 years, I was not that one. But when I was getting to school, I started huckling, right? And I have to participate weekly in a Friday public speaking, debating competition. I'm feeling in the stage talking, but I'm huckling. I cannot come up the word, right? And I have to overcome. How are you? Goodness. I have to overcome this one, and I did it very slowly, and I overcome it. And since then, I'm becoming angry because I did it. Someone said, tease me. I mean, I was teasing because I was huckling. I cannot communicate my properly, right? So I got it. So why becoming I'm angry when I'm delivering? Because of I did it because of overcoming this one. You see, 5 years, when I was about 5 or 6 or 7 at that age, in the beginning I was not. I don't know where this coming, but I overcome it, and then become angry. I create another pattern because of I did it because you can't teach me or something like that. It's adding the layer and becoming angry, and the communication should not be angry, right? Any form. But I see the pattern since then. Since we are unified, and then we have track back on learning and got these things. So I'm working for the progress. I found these things because of this thing. So it's amazing. Then I have to come up to why I'm going to be in automation. So when I'm talking, be mindfully to delivering, but I was going unconscious. I mean, subconscious level. So I have to catch this one, maybe because I can do slowly, and then we can overcome this one. I have to be mindfully. So this is the work in progress. Thank you so much for both
Yeah.
Shaileshi,
Thank you.
Pritiji,
Thank you.
all the masters. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
in getting
Thank you for
benefiting.
sharing.
So,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The whole thing is about being aware of your thoughts, right? And also accepting yourself the way you are,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So, because now when you accept, then what will happen is you will start feeling the it's difficult to express it. The intent behind
Yeah.
unique way in which you have been expressed by the creation, right?
Yeah.
Why is Shailesh like this?
Hmm.
Okay, maybe sometimes he's very angry. His voice expresses anger, right? And sometimes he's very loving. Sometimes he's like this and like that. Now all that is Shailesh, and Shailesh is an expression of the creation. When you accept it this way, if Shailesh accepts himself this way, that okay, this is what happens to me, and I know this is how it went, then I begin to appreciate the uniqueness and also appreciate why did creation express itself in this way.
Yeah.
And that is the self-realization. You realize, oh my God, that's why I'm here. This is who I am. And that is, in my opinion, that is enlightenment.
Yeah.
When you know yourself, then you begin to say, okay, such a beautiful expression of the Creator that I am. And this is why I am this way. Perfect. That is the perfect part, right? And that understanding gives you what we call as self-acceptance. Our biggest hurdle that we are trying to overcome lifetime after lifetime is self-acceptance only. We don't accept ourselves, and that's why, and the reason, understand how beautifully the whole structure has been created. The social system introduces patterns which will inhibit your self-acceptance. It creates the challenge. Okay, it will inhibit, it will give you thoughts about, oh, you are so bad. It will create definitions of good and bad in you, and you start evaluating and you create opinions. Those are, all of that is barrier in your self-acceptance. So first you create the barriers, and then you try to overcome the barriers. Okay, now I know, now I know, now I know, and keep clearing one by one, one by one. At the end of it, you begin to realize, understand the meaning of the words complete, the word perfect, the word totality. When you start understanding deeper meanings of these words, you will begin to see, well, okay, I am actually a package. The expression called Shailesh is a package of good and bad, a certain ratio of some goods and some bads. Right? Now, those good and bad are also not absolute. To Kumarji, my good may not be good. Right? And to
Yeah.
Preeti, that may be good. Right? So that is such a beautifully, changing scenario, constantly changing existence of Shailesh. Everybody picks it up in a different way, but the combination still is. That's why you can't actually define the combination. It keeps on varying, it keeps on changing. That's how it is able to balance with creation. Creation is in ever changing moment. It's in movement. It's constantly changing. And you, the one who is existing in the creation, is a constant. Does not even move even a micrometer. It doesn't move. So for this constant thing to exist inside an environment which is continuously changing, there is a balance. So it keeps on changing forms, keeps on changing its ways, its attributes, constantly keeps on shifting, and then appears differently to different people at different times. And this is something to be understood. Like through experience, you will begin to go deeper and, well, oh my God, okay, now I know what this means. What is the meaning of perfect? I have debated on this word perfect for the longest time in my life. And now I'm beginning to sort of understand that meaning of the word perfect. Right? Perfect is almost like same thing, the word right in the spontaneous right action.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect for me, right for me.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, again, me also is changing. So for me, this at this time, this is perfect. It may
Mm-hmm.
not be perfect tomorrow at this time.
Yeah.
Understand? So spontaneity is that at this time, right now, this is what is valid for you. Just go ahead, do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you may do just the opposite. Doesn't matter. But
Mm.
today, at this moment, this is what is your right action. That's the meaning of spontaneity with it. Okay. So
Yeah.
Not fixating with things, even if you think it's right? If it is not for good, right? So I wanted to say about your stammering experience, right? The experience of bullying in the childhood, it brings that anger, that rejection of people around. And I've been bullied by my own siblings many times. So that is what your anger is coming from
Yes.
being bullied by people, and you carry it for a long time, and it's the moment you hang them that you did that to me, and now I'm able to express myself. I communicate. See, yes, I did it, and I admire myself for that, because God made me in His perfection. Right? What
Mm.
God made was love, and after that, gave He what He gave was free will, was love only again, and then the nature of law came in action, and everything, it started manifesting and taking forms and whatever, in form of you, me, and everybody here,
Mm.
the world around, the whole universe. So everything is my own creation. Then the world that I see is my own creation, is my projection of my thought.
Yeah.
So it changes every time the state I am in. For now, I can give example, like my family is gone for this long weekend here. They have gone for vacation. I did not go. I asked my higher self that, if I need to go, let me know. And I left that question mark there. And when they first proposed me that we are going to stay in the hotel and we are just going to go for one night and then come back. So I just said, okay, you guys go and I will stay. But then later on, the plan changed, and a whole set of people are there, and I didn't go. What happened at the Airbnb they booked, it was limited for 14 people, and I was the 15th.
Ooh.
So I said that, okay, tell me if I have to go. Even though for one person they can bargain, they can talk, and that can be adjusted, maybe. But I thought, no, my higher self is saying me, giving me this signal, right? So as I said, once you think, you put questions or you plan things, you will see things happening in front of you. Particularly in this week, achieving spontaneous right action. See the things come up to test me, my spontaneity, what I'm doing. Am I questioning? And people, the friends will make, oh, we are missing you, you didn't come, and this and that. But what am I carrying there? I just said that, okay, it's about one night, you guys go, and I will just do my studies. I'm busy with that. And they said, okay. My family members, they had no questions about it, because they were open. But now the friends are saying, okay, we are missing you. So for them, it might feel like, okay, she didn't come, and all sort of societal story. But for me, I find this time very much healing. I find this time very much connecting with myself, and which usually we don't get in a family setup, right? We have all day going activities and working around those things. So reflect on your own life. particularly this week. As I said last year when we were doing this program, again I got reminded that during this time we were imprinting the unified books. And now we are here, and check any activity that happens through you. All the time we keep doing things, right? Where my awareness is and what's the outcome, what's the experience I'm getting. It's telling me so much about myself. And is it the time or the experience I was longing for, I wanted to live? And what is holding me that from there to, what am I not doing that to live that? Find that out and just burn it away. And you are there, you are approving yourself with love. As I said, when you look at them, you see God seeing that God is looking at them. Have that love, that compassion for their choices, and you make your own choices, which might be right only for you. As Shaliti said, it might be good for you for this moment. Maybe for next moment, I might want to join them. I am available for that. Right? So sometimes this is how the higher self guiding all the time. As I said, like you plan a trip, sometimes you feel a lot of struggle. You won't find a ticket to book the tickets, but somehow you manage to book the ticket, and then the day you are flying, the flight is getting cancelled or delayed or postponed from morning to evening. Your higher self is giving you signal, do not go. What do you do after that? Do you still go and then have the experience, and you find out that it was a burning experience I should have avoided? Right? On the other side, even the flight gets cancelled, or there's some kind of issue with the flight, and you have to do a landing somewhere you don't know. I don't know where I will be, and if I get to stay, where will I stay if I have to stay overnight? Who will look after me? Where will I go? I don't know the language, or maybe I don't even have the local currency there. So that kind of experience also, when you go through with this attitude of you being taken care, it will open you that unknown, that we cannot always plan, make things forced the way I want. The universe reflect me, my own thinking. And if I have manifested it, I can come back and realign myself, my thinking, to have that experience of that openness, how it welcomes me. One of my friends' family, they got stuck like that, and they were saying that the experience was so horrible, that flight, all the signal was on, and it was so much turbulence, and we were like thinking that we will not survive with the condition we had. But somehow they managed to land properly. They came out, and there were little mild injuries in the flight. And they got the right person. Somebody's friend came to pick them up at the airport. They got the space, and they feel relieved. So that moment is the moment of trusting that somebody was looking for me, taking care of me. Much I was worried, and I need to be there in that state. This chapter is putting us in that state. There's nothing new written in this book. I mean, in this chapter particularly, we've been talking about thoughts, correcting desires, and we're talking about we being loving image of God. Here, everything right in action. What is needed is that trust of what we have learned so far. So today in the meditation, I had a lot of experiences. Physically, I was experiencing those energies moving here and there, and playing around. It was a deeper healing for me as well. Releasing the fears on blocks. As I said, you go deeper within, and then you see the world around. You may see everywhere, everything is light, everything is beautiful in your inner world. But at times you might feel you're stuck somewhere and you're not able to go through that. That kind of experience is like a dream, or maybe just like a feeling you might get. So that was like today for me also. So many things I said, I don't know how much I was able to express, but I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, you did. Thank you so much, Brother. Thank you so much, Shailaji, Jayaji, all master.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, spontaneity is another thing we need to dig deeper within. Think about it. If you are living day to day and doing spontaneous right actions, what does that really mean? What it means is that you are living from moment to moment, being in the present. You are not analyzing future. If I do like this will happen, that will happen. You are not doing any of that. You are living moment to moment. This is what I'm doing right now. This is what I want to do. I just act on it. Action happens. I experience, right? And I can move on to the next one that I am doing. So my actions are spontaneous, and when I am in spontaneity, I am always in the present. I am outside the trap of mind. And that is what gives you this feeling of fulfillment, feeling of joy. You can experience love in its real existence, the way you are. Your own essence is what you live in, right? So spontaneous right actions, practicing spontaneous right actions is what will help you in staying in the present. And you will see unfolding and understand this thing. Why is it so much more powerful than analyzing using the mind? Think about it. When you are using your mind, you are limiting your possibilities. In the analysis, you can think about possibilities only to the limit of your mind. Whatever you know, that's all you can start evaluating. But you know only this much. There is so much more that exists, right? And when that so much more is existing, how do you open up to those possibilities as well? And that is by being spontaneous. So when you are spontaneous, your wisdom is in action. So all that you know is in action, but also all that you do not know is in action there. And that is abundance. I am telling you, that can create things, that can unfold opportunities in front of you that you could not even imagine. Beyond imagination, right? This is the power of spontaneous, being in the present. Why do all these masters keep on saying, well, be in the present, be in the present? This is the power of it. But even though my biggest problem all along was that they all keep on saying be in the present, nobody tells me how. So through Unified, I figured out that if you follow the practices properly, you will naturally start being in this state of being in the present. And that natural state of being in the present is such a vast thing it opens up for you. Then you don't even worry about the unknown. You don't even worry about what you don't know. You don't worry about what you know also. Because now you have access to everything. The all-knowing. That's the beautiful part of it. So I basically would, I'm just telling you how my mind is interpreting this chapter, this state in which you can be. That's how I am understanding it. So hopefully this will help you figure out the power of being in that state of spontaneity. Yeah.
As you said, I got two examples. One, eating salad and digesting it instantly and feeling the joy of the coolness, calmness. And another, soaking the chole for whole night and eating it next day and enjoy the experience of having it and then digest it slowly. So it's like, you go in the kitchen right there, whatever is there, you eat instantly, make, cut, make, eat. And then one thing you plan, you push overnight, then you cook, you prepare with all your, limited shelf of masala, and then you create something. It's beautiful, and still, you take time to digest. You were sharing, I could relate. They were talking to me.
I will quickly address one thing here. Sheelamji has written that it means you are living in alignment of God's thoughts. As it is said, your spontaneous actions can never go wrong. The word wrong here Be careful. This is not the social definition that we have learnt about right and wrong. This is about right for me at this point in time. Or think of it more like appropriate for me at this point in time. Right? So it could be wrong by somebody's definition. Get my point? So be careful when you think about it this way. Okay. So now we have God's grace. Let's listen to Geeta ji.
Actually, the line should be Ishwar bahut kripalu hai, but I can just, short, I can say God's grace. And today I'm so happy to hear that young person, Miss Jaya. She really touched my heart. Her warmth, her light. It was so good to see that brilliance coming out of such a young person. So it really touched me a lot. We were told that we should study the chapter very carefully. So sometimes I find grammatical mistakes too, but I come back to the initial part of this chapter where it says, everyone wants correct thoughts and everyone strives for correct action. So deep down, we have this will or intention that we want all our thoughts and actions to be correct.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So from there, my thoughts drifted towards, from what I have learned, I relate cosmetics, use of cosmetics, to pollution, to
Okay.
child labor,
Yeah.
So when I think that, will I be the reason for putting in so much in water? Because I know that ultimately all these products, when we bathe, so does that mean, have I dropped every kind of chemical, shampoos and all? No. So probably I'm taking that path. Whatever I can avoid easily, I'm doing that. So I'm not making my life too tough, but I am doing away with what I can do away with. Right. At some of the functions where it may be required, I am the mommy. So I go to the beauty parlor and get that makeup also because I do not know how to apply it. So everyone is happy that she's going there. There is a person who's a professional. So one more thing, Shailesh, once you said something about artificial love. When people were not able to accept because hair are absent from the head. That day, the pain of artificial love, that was there in your voice. I mean, one could hear that. So from that experience, a person comes out with, look, love is much, much deeper than this. It goes beyond how a body looks, right?
Yes.
Even
Yes.
at the time of Ashtavakra, this was the story. That people were looking at the body, how deformed it is.
Yes.
And there it was a perfect creation of God. And the wisdom which he had was so high. But sometimes we get stuck in just the body. So here I was also focusing at this paragraph. With all this striving and good intentions, why that we see so much evil and all that, but what appealed to me was, why so much wasted emotion? So I am doing so many actions. Why? The answer is in the next line. It is simply because people are making up their own fantasies.
Yes.
So in my world of fantasy, I am going to look so good there. So, but here I think the chapter is conveying that there is a difference between God's thought and there is of course, you can have experience from your own fantasies too. Your free will allows that. So
Yes.
sometimes you can experience that also. But
Yes.
with your deep knowing that this is what ultimately this particular chemical is going to do to the nature and all that. And even walking that path will not be very easy.
Yes.
It's not easy because people expect you to live by the societal standards.
Mhm.
So, one more line. So I also relate this wasted motion to. So, what I consider as wasted motion is doing things to please people around me. So when my
Yes.
actions are oriented or are towards that it's going to please my family members, it's going to please this particular fraction of society and all that, right? Because people talking about religious divides and all that. So when my actions, when do they become wasted motion? When a person is trying to do things without aligning with God's thought, but the idea there is to fit in the society, whatever standards are around us. So those may be different, and we are doing things to please people. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Very, very good
Shailesh,
study. Yeah. You studied it very well. You studied in depth. And you
it
picked
was
up
a
the
fail one.
important thing. You
But
picked
one
up the
more
right
thing that
things.
Priti,
Yeah.
you and Preeti ma'am both have defined right action. And
Mm,
yesterday, Neha ma'am, when she started reading the right action, I marked it on the in the book. It's on page 85 of the book, which I have got.
Yes. Okay.
Right action is that action which gives you the experience of God's qualities: happiness, love, joy, bliss, abundance, non judgment, unboundedness, all knowing intelligence, peace, energy, gentleness, etc. It is this right action that leads you away from your imaginations. So, fantasies have to be left. It leads you away from fear, insecurity, and loneliness, and towards abundance and true contributions to society. Right action is the one which is fulfilling and successful and satisfying.
Yes. Yeah. That's the consequence, the end result. Yeah. Perfect.
This week has
Fit.
been so beautiful. You have given us two great things, Shailesh. One was when you made us think about how our actions are not where we are just thinking about what is the society going to say or think about me. So
Yes.
that was the first part. And yesterday it was so beautiful when we talked. When you talked about patience. I do not know much about technology, but then I at least know how to slow down the speed in YouTube. So can I read from? I jotted down in my diary.
Sure. If you want, I can copy paste what I have. I have my notes here
But
electronically in my notebook. Yeah.
in between your notes, you were trying to explain also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, I've
Okay.
taken down your words. So this may sound a little different. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So when you started just before patience, your words were being aware of what is going on in your mind is very important. Then one can check whether action is to be taken or not. Patience is one of the 8 virtues that Buddha talked about. We come here lifetime after lifetime to perfect those 8 virtues. Patience is a valued attribute that we all are trying to perfect. But why? Patience is our ability to wait for the right time, wait for the nature to do its actions in all possible ways. And in the bracket, I've written allowing nature to do its thing before we jump in. I think these were your actual words. The part which causes problem to us is the time. We want things to happen fast. We are constantly struggling. For you said for time. I think it should be against time, but I do not know. We are constantly struggling for time, and time is only in the mind. So practicing patience helps us come out of the mind. By being patient, you have won over the urge to struggle against time. Think of it. When you sow a seed, you have to wait for the seed to germinate at its own pace. That is patience. So patience is that you do your thing and let universe take over. We are trying to perfect this attribute. The primary element causing problem is time, and time is related to movement because around us things are changing. By practicing patience, we are trying to be still while the movement around us goes on. So if we are able to perfect this balancing in the middle of all this change, I am still centered. I am still. That's when patience will appear as my act. I can now allow nature to do its course. Then I wrote about impatience also. So, what is impatience to me? where I try to control time. That things have to happen at the time dictated by me. And then I try to remember that time does not exist in hard space. Thank you.
Yeah, there is one more element to impatience, right? Impatience is also in terms, it's subtle, right? In at times when you are trying to make a point across to somebody, and the other person constantly keeps on coming back and saying the other way, right? That's when also you become impatient, right? That why can't this person understand? Right? This is impatience. I am not being patient. I am not letting that person process the knowledge through their experience. Right? I want it to happen now. Again, time is there, but that impatience is also in so many ways hidden. Right?
Can
And
I give one more word? I think
hmm,
in a just one word, impatience or anything else can be defined here. All these traits are about control.
yes, yes,
If you
correct.
think about
But
time,
yes, yes, yeah,
yesterday
yeah,
we were also saying, "No, why can't this?" You said that why can't this person understand? Because I'm thinking that he has to act. So
that
my
way.
control has to be there.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, perfect. Bilkul. That's right.
Patience is when you are able to see that
Yeah.
you are trying to control the situations, and actually you are not the boss.
Actually, wow, wonderful, absolutely fantastic. Yes.
But also after
Thank
that,
you.
there was a line from Prachiji that his impatience good, and there could be some scenario that it is good. And I remembered this experience instantly, but I thought next time I will share when Shaileji shares something on it. But today,
Yeah.
when you brought this up again, I just remembered one of the experience. Me, myself, and my husband, we were frying the vada, aloo vada together. So I put
Batata
the
vada.
batata
It's called
vada,
batata vada.
like the vada pav vada, basically, whatever. So the kadai is little, and I put some 4 5, and then I think I put one more, and for him it was maybe too much, and he said that nothing happens before time. You don't have to really do this, you know. So everything takes its own time. But for me, there was space, and I just put it. I could have avoided it. I mean, the next batch was still waiting, but to me, it felt like spontaneously I just put one. And he went, my like, why are you spoiling? There is no space in it. So see, it's only the reference here, right? Again, the two-person doing the same thing, experiencing same thing. I didn't feel impatient and did that. I didn't feel that with putting one this extra vada will help me with remaining batch, right? But at the same time, I I experienced, okay, it worked out. That's how it is. And many times I experienced such thing in the kitchen. You know, I instantly handle the worst situation where people come and say, it's like, oh my God, how can you do this? Many times it has happened because
Yeah.
when there's get together and we are preparing things and something is not right because we are busy talking. Nobody's paying attention what's going on. I come instantly fix things here and then it goes spontaneous. So that is how it's only perception. And when we are calm, that alignment we are talking about, that state of
Preeti,
being.
here, what I would want to say is, your action was spontaneous, right? And to the other person, it would appear as impatience, right? But you didn't do it out of impatience. You simply did it spontaneously. You understand, right? So for you, that was the right action. There was space in the kadai, and you put one, right? And that's a spontaneous action. For the other person, why can't this person wait? Impatience, right? That's the difference. So, same thing happening, event is the same, how we perceive it
Uh,
individually, right?
Kelly ji,
That's,
I think here I would say that if Preeti ji is the one who's trying that, and she sees some spaces there, she definitely has used her wisdom to choose that piece which would fit in that free space.
yeah,
And I think I'm not blaming her husband or something, the other person is now trying to control her actions
Exactly.
by telling her all these things in very nice words. But here, the control seems to be in the words of the other person. Why
Absolutely.
can't the other person just see that this person who is crying must have made? I mean, like, we have to think that this particular
Yeah.
person will learn at his or her own pace.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
I just have to.
तो
So
इसमें
what next?
just think about it, right? So
I'm
think,
on your side. I'm on
right?
your side.
Right? See the thing here, beautiful thing here is that this example is helping us understand impatience and spontaneity in a great detail now. Now think about what would Preeti's reaction be in this case. Preeti could react, I know better than you, right? Or Preeti could wait. She could wait, okay. In her heart, there is so much love for him. She said,
Let me tell you
okay,
what happened
he
after
doesn't
that.
have that much practice. He doesn't have that much practice. I can handle it. Don't worry about it.
But definitely the kadai was full. I mean, I should not blame him. It was looking full, but I know I'm the expert in the kitchen, right? So I know. I did it on my judgment basis of understanding, But what I felt, he was standing there to give me that message that nothing happens before. Although that particular action was not of impatience, but maybe in my life, in some other perspective or in some other space, I am not impatient. Yesterday also we talked about it, we being working at different dimensions of life, right? So I took that message. I didn't do anything. I was quiet and feeling okay. Where am I missing? Why it came to me, right? So that happened. It happened, I think, a couple of years back. But my awareness was that why he told me that. Where am I not patient? And it is about many of us here on the spiritual journey. We want to see things immediately, instantly, right? I've been meditating for 3 months now, and why things are not happening? Why I'm not seeing light when I close my eyes? Because I have my own perception, definition of light. That's why I'm not seeing light, right? But there is only light when we close eyes. That's what it is.
Yeah. This is a very big one. If I get talking to on this, we will need at least 3 days. I will reserve my talk on that part. Okay. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. But this through these sharing of real life examples, our understanding becomes clear, right? Because we are all experiencing it on a day-to-day basis. So thank you for sharing that, Preeti. Um, shall we listen to Rajni ji? Yeah.
Atmandan Masters. It's a beautiful conversation, dialogue, each and every. Thank you. Actually, sometimes I feel that this whole unified course is for me. Rajni, count your this blessing, count your this blessing, count your this blessing. And few days I experienced, and as you all masters was talking about impatience and patience. I was actually I am such person who never मैं हिंदी में बताना चाहती हूँ कि कभी फाइनेंशियली वो मैंने हु नेवर कि फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी के बारे में मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा जो आज है मतलब मैं करती गई जिंदगी में और तकरीबन 1 महीना 20-25 दिन पहले यूनिफाइड के मैंने अपना अटेंड किया और उसके बाद मेरी बेटी मुझे बोली कि आपका दिमाग खराब हो गया, आप किन लोगों की संगत कर रहे हो? आपने अपनी फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी के बारे में कभी भी नहीं सोचा और and she was impatient about my behavior because she was feeling very much insecure about my future because her mother has no assets, no source of income now, and how she is gonna live her whole life, pending whole life. And she was so worried. And and she was asking me, Ma, you will do? Well, what you will do after this time? After this time, she was talking about after 1 year, after 1.5 year, and my spontaneous action at that time, I asked her, Mithika, I really do not know what is going to happen with me after 1 year, but I know my now. I am enjoying this. I love to cook food for you, for Abhi, for me. I love to clean house. Whatever I am doing here, I am doing because I love to do all these chores. And let me live this enjoyment. Let me live this peace. And it sometimes it is all happen because we generally love to live in past or in future, but we lose the essence of each and every now moment. But when we start to enjoy each and every moment, each and every heartbeat, when we listen our heartbeat, when I feel my breath, that moment I feel that it is everything. It is everything. And same this incident happened with me in 2011, when my mother raised this question in front of me, that if you will do this action, what will you do in the future? And you have responsibility of your daughters, and you are not thinking about yourself. Why you are thinking about all of? And at that time my answer was, मुझे अपने पिता पे इतना, मतलब ट्रू फादर, रब जिन्हों कहते पंजाबी रब कहते हैं ना जिन्हों, कि मुझे इतना यकीन है now मेरे का my household expenses are 5,000 and my father is giving to me, मुझे इस काबिल बनाया है, he make me so able that I am earning this 5,000 in that now this now moment, and I have so firm faith, if my household expenses are going to be 1 crore, he will make me able to earn this 1 crore in that now moment. And this is the faith. And and today's all that talk reminded me all those incidents, that how I am so blessed. I'm so blessed. I have nothing, no assets, no property, no financial security, no bank balance, nothing. But I am the richest woman of this world because I am able to listen my heart. I am listen. I, I'm able to feel each and the blood flowing in my veins. I'm able to listen my body instincts. Thank you all, masters. Thank you. I love you all, love you all, love you all. Thank you. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's all the reminders. Babaji is putting a stamp. Rajni, you are blessed. Roja, you are blessed. You are blessed. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Geeta ji. Thank you. When you share, Geeta ji, you know, the writings you wrote in, it reminds me that how I was used to write letter to God. So many years I was used to write letter to God. In midnight, I was used to wake and start writing to whatever happened in day, and my dear father. I was used to address this like, my dear father, this. And now I know. And he is giving answers through all of you, through all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is putting a firm faith of stamp that Rajni, you are always on a right path. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wonderful. Excellent. Very the best part of it is that you are able to live in the present moment, moment to moment, right?
Yes,
That
yes,
that's why you know the good thing about it is you are not worried about the next moment. So what happens? Whatever comes in the next moment gives you that feeling of awesomeness. Wow,
yeah,
right?
yes,
You look forward to the next moment in that awesomeness. Wow. Okay, one more. This is what I get. So your awareness is on your blessings. You said count your blessings. That means you are aware. Your awareness is on what you have at this moment, right? That's what is that's what is true spirituality. When you start living in awareness of the present, right now what I have, I am blessed. That's what will give you a continuity in your blessings forever.
yes,
You
yes.
made me speechless today. I mean, you shared everything about you in few words, and what you shared, gift, a small token of love from your end, is so much from nothing. If my
You know,
earning, if my
you know,
earning is
Preeti ji,
5 rupees, and I give all that 5 rupees, what kind of heart I have? Am I doubting on myself? Am I questioning on myself?
you
A
know,
donation
Preeti
that
ji,
comes from a bank where I have enough money, more than I need for 1 year, and a donation that comes from where I have had to mouth makes a difference. It's it's it cannot be put in words or numbers. It's just abundance of love flowing. So thank you, Rajni ji. Thank you so
you
much.
know, Preeti ji, why I am in this with this soul family? Because from last 7 years I was praying that now it is enough, and I need to be such people, those love to see people nourishing, flourishing, growing. Those are not judgmental. Those are not playing blame games. Those are not uh, mm, insecure. Those are live with God's grace. And now I have you all as my soul family. वो in Punjabi if I say कहते हैं ना my मेरे पेके भी छूट गए सौरे भी छूट गए my whole in-laws family, my whole parental family, I left behind all these relations, and now I'm enjoying each and every, and I means each and every teacher I they served me, they left me now, and it is wonderful, it is wonderful. And thank you, each and everything. Love you all. A big hug to all
Thank
of
you.
you. इतनी बड़ी बाहें कि मेरी सारी सोल फैमिली को मैं बड़ा सा hug. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We can feel your love. So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now you will get God's grace.
Yes,
Did
I
you
am
notice that
always
Rajni
in.
ji used God's grace in the last of the sentences she spoke? She said something about God's grace. And from my heart, I said, Rabdi Meher, Rajni ji. But after listening to you, I was reminded about that story in Autobiography of a Yogi. It's not actually a story, it's about his own life, where Paramahansa Yogananda told about his childhood, that he had a desire to visit a certain place, and his father wanted to show him the value of money. So his father said, that, okay, that is what I've been telling you all the time, that you need money to do that. So I think at that time, Paramahansa Yoganandaji was not believing in that power of money. He said, if I have desire, God will fulfill my desire. So along with his friend, he went, and I'm very sure that most of you have read this part and must have been reminded about that. You know? So while she was speaking, so I was thinking of her like that child who had so much of faith in the father that if I have a desire, so I put the responsibility on my father to fulfill. So I'm not asking my physical father, I'm asking my divine father. So, and in that book, it is said that that journey was uh, performed with hospitality of royalty. He met some, I think, some prince or queen, something, you know.
Yeah.
So that was very wonderful. And there is another
Yes.
story uh, that shows the other emotion also. That is about Swami Ram Tirth. Here in Punjab, there is an ashram, Swami Ram Tirth ashram. So it's about his life. He was a very common man, was did his job and all that, and then after some time, when there was no job, maybe retired or maybe he left the job, he thought that now I will take sannyas. So he thought of renouncing the word, but his wife was adamant that I want to come with you. So he said, okay, fine, because you have to see whether you'll be able to manage that, because I am not going to take the children along. I'm going to leave the house. So there will not be any comforts and all that. She said, no, I want to be with you. So when both of them started walking, then she was tired. And very slowly she told her husband, look, of course, you said that we are not going to take anything from the house, but I have got this 1 rupee, and maybe we can take a rickshaw for 30 paisa or 40 paisa, whatever the cost. So it is written there that Swami Ram Tirth was so amazed that, dear woman, you were able to leave your children behind and still you have brought 1 rupee. I mean, if you were leaving your children with so much of faith on God that God will take care of the children, so why did you have to bring even 1 rupee? God will take care of that also.
Yes.
So that is the story, yeah. So from your words, I would thought of that here you are where you don't even think about what is going to happen tomorrow, but I'm going to live in my present. So when you were speaking, Rajniji, I think that living in the now or living in the present was so clear to all of us. Most of us were speechless because of that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, dear masters, for beautiful sharings and so much knowledge, so much love. Thank you. Okay. So today we are finishing day 3 of this beautiful lesson, and you guys will need to, those who are doing only the English, need to continue the practice for the next 4 days. Okay. Please do that, and of course, you know where to ask questions. Tomorrow we will do the question answer session, so be prepared with your questions. Tomorrow you can ask questions relating to even previous chapters if you want. I will be happy to answer your questions. So thank you for joining, thank you for participating, and thank you, Preeti, for this lovely meditation and so much knowledge.